All this and more as Amateur Radio Newsline Report 2067 comes your way right now. From around the world, this is Newsline, Amateur Radio's first independent all-the-air news. Now, reporting from Wadsworth, Ohio, here's Stephen Kenford in AWB. This week's top story shows the courage that hams can have even in the face of the most extreme obstacles. It takes more than carrying an HD. It takes a special kind of heart to fly into dangerous conditions following Sri Lanka, where dozens of people died in a monsoon and hundreds more were left in need of critical assistance. We turn for that story to Amateur Radio Newsline's Jason Daniels, PK2 LAW.
During a torrent of monsoon rains that battered southwestern Sri Lanka in late May, hams responded to some greater challenges, namely how to get in there and respond to government's requests for help to search the nearly 200 people dead, and landslides and flooding presented few options. With communications down and roads impassable, the Sri Lankan Air Force was called upon to help by providing air rescue support, which included the airlift during challenging weather conditions of radio amateurs who could establish communications links. Areas was remote Kalawana village, which had been cut off from Ratnapura, the base of one of the government's main coordinating centres. The president of the Radio Society of Sri Lanka, Julia Wankishwara, for Sierra 7 Julian Lima, was among the two teams of hams flying in on the Mi-17 military helicopters. He worked with other hams establishing an HF link on 40 and 75 metres within 13 minutes of landing. Up on 2 metres, this enabled communication support for patients' transport for medical care, as well as other rescue flights and food drops. The Radio Society's website noted that it was the first time
The news line will continue shortly. This is KH6XP.
Undertaken by hams in Sri Lanka, emergency radio communications, mobile phone services were operational again and the roads were open. By May 30th, the hams were safely on their way home. For Amateur Radio Newsline, I'm Jason Daniels, VK2LAW.
Want to make magic happen in the classroom? That's easy. You got a ham radio, I'll let kids talk to astronauts. Line. Know what happened recently in one New York school. Two of my favorite things growing up, and actually still well into adulthood, are ham radio and the space program. The men and women of the astronaut corps have always been heroes to me. Since the very first Oscar was launched in the early 1960s, ham radio and space have been becoming more and more intertwined. There's also things like moon bounce, meteor scatter. And since the beginning of the shuttle program, there have even been hams flying into space and talking back to hams on Earth. In recent years, NASA has been very open to allow school children access to the astronauts up on the International Space Station through amateur radio. I spoke with Jennifer Midorty, N2WIN, who was involved in just such a project.
So I'm a teacher at St. Joseph's School in Warakakama, New York. I've been a ham radio operator for a few years, but I grew up in a house that was ham radio centered. My father, WS2N, is a ham radio enthusiast and a space enthusiast. So he told me about the Ares organization, which is dedicated to helping organizations like my own contact the International Space Station. So when I found out about that, I was super excited. I submitted a proposal, and we were one of 12 schools chosen in the cycle. We spent the entire year really doing space activities with the kids. Critically, that it was going to have to be embedded in the curriculum for these kids to really get an idea of space and ham radio, which is something they're not really exposed to on a daily basis.
Midorty said that they taught the kids about the history of the space program throughout the year, and then she and her husband, KC2WMR, set up a portable station at the school, and they had a ham radio day. She said that they also had help getting ready for QSO Day.
We had a mentor involved, that helped us throughout the whole process leading up to this. His name is Dave Jordan, AA4KM, and on
News line will continue shortly. This is KH6XP.
process leading up to this. His name is Dave Jordan, AA4KN, and on the phone with us, it was a telephone with 6 help schools reach the IFS if the school can't set up a direct contact. We didn't really have the ability to do that, so we were happy to work with California with that. And then in England, we had Kyron Morgan, M0XTD. He helped us prepare the call, so he was basically making sure everybody was ready. And called. Finally, they said that they were ready to go. There was 5 CQs calling the NA1SS, and finally, when Jeff Fisher answered, it was clear, it was beautiful, and I could just see the audience wanting to break out into applaud. It was so excited.
Midorny, the technical director at St. showed that as little as possible could see the event.
I think with 300 people, we went to capacity in our gym. I telecasted it over Ustream. I'm both watching at the same time, and we also had people up about our state. I think I counted 600 people watching live with us as we were inside the gym.
The children got to ask 20 questions in their allotted time, and according to Midorny, were thrilled by the experience. A few of the older kids even expressed an interest in getting a license. If you'd like to read a transcript of the QSO, visit the school's website. The ERIS program is a wonderful opportunity for school children, and one that I really wish I had had when I was young. For Amateur Radio Newsline, I'm Paul Brown, WD9GCO.
For the past 6 months, the International Space takes his 10th astronaut. Now that he's home again, 2 radio amateurs are celebrating the achievements of their fellow ham with a special event station. Here are the details from Amateur Radio Newsline's Karen E. Murray, KT2GUT.
French astronaut Thomas Pesquet, KT5FYG, has helped turn 2 French amateurs into space station enthusiasts. Thomas ended his 6-month mission and returned to Earth on Friday, June 2nd. Now he's orbiting Earth via another means, a special event station set up by Adrien, F4GVE, and Nicolas, F4HTN. The 2 hams are celebrating the achievement of the 39-year-old pilot who has become France's 10th astronaut in space.
The radio newsline will continue shortly. This is KH6XP.
Pilot who has become France's 10th astronaut in special event station TM1 ISS in his honor. They're making contacts on single sideband, digital modes, and the little CW. Adrien says the station was born out of pride in France, but also an appreciation for Thomas for kindling the imagination of young people through his experiments, his school contacts, and his talented use of videos and social media.
This is a kind of new generation of astronauts, and he used a lot social media, and he shared moments of experiment and of also fly, and he also spent time to contact schools by amateur radio with the ERIS program.
The propagation is cooperative. The French hams are also hoping to make lots of contacts during field day. So, be listening on HF and VHF in single sideband, CW, RIDI, and BPSK. You can find the operating schedule for TNS on Tuned Back on Earth. Is it possible we'll hear Thomas Pesquet work, the very station that commemorates his flight? shares his thoughts on that prospect.
Why not? Let's hope.
For Amateur Radio Newsline, I'm Karen Eve Murray, K2 GUP.
Time for you to identify your station. We are the Amateur Radio Newsline, heard on both the stations around the world, including the WASRC Southern Michigan Repeater Network on Fridays at 9 p.m. Not all of the ham radio news out of Xenia has to do with last month's Hamvention. Another important meeting of amateurs has been quietly going on since last year, bringing results and hope to some military veterans who need both. Here's Amateur Radio Newsline's Mike Atkins, KE5CXP, with that report.
While Xenia, Ohio made big ham radio news this year as the new home of Dayton Hamvention, other hams in that same community have been working in more quiet.
Amateur Radio Newsline will continue shortly. This is KH6XP.
Dayton Hamvention. Other hams in that same community have been working a more quiet kind of amateur radio magic. The station is called WA. Like Hamvention, with the help of the Dayton Amateur Radio Association. It's not even a year old yet, but already it has begun to fulfill its mission to help military veterans get over the trauma of combat. Xenia amateur Jim Simpson, WB8QZZ, who assisted with the station's setup, told the Xenia Gazette newspaper that radio communication provides an extreme focus to veterans' minds towards something more positive. The veterans are in good company at the hospital. It seems that one of the physicians there is a ham, too. The chief of radiology is Dr. John Mathis, WA5FAC, an enthusiastic fellow amateur. He told the newspaper that many of the veterans respond positively to the sight of the vintage equipment in the shack. The tube radio, he said, was used in the military during the Vietnam War. The veterans get on the air and talk to others across the U.S. or perhaps around the world who have had similar struggles of their own, whether in the military or not. In this radio shack, commiseration not only loves company, but can be downright therapeutic. Jim said the VA's ham shack is also another means by which local amateurs can fulfill the community service obligation that comes with having an FCC license. Not all needs requiring life-saving assistance from radio are visible to the eye, after all. For Amateur Radio Newsline, I'm Mike Askins, KE5CXP. If you've got tower work on your list of things to do at your home QTH or are planning to climb and tell it a friend or local club, you might want to have this guidebook in your shack. It was released jointly by the FCC and the Occupational Safety and Health Administration on June 1st. This special report comes to us courtesy of Amateur News Weekly's Phil Thomas, W8RMJ.
The FCC and OSHA have announced the release of a free publication titled Communications Towers Best Practices Guide. The guide offers information applicable to the amateur radio community and to contractors working on amateur radio antenna support structures. The FCC said the guide was a result of 2 tower safety workshops, recognizing the risks that tower employees.
Amateur Radio Newsline will continue shortly. This is KH6XP.
Two tower safety workshops, recognizing the risks that tower employees face. OSHA and the FCC held a workshop on communication tower safety on October the 14th, 2014. During this workshop, the families of communications tower employees who had been killed on the job gathered to discuss issues affecting the safety of communications tower workers. A second workshop discussion was held on the best practices that could reduce injuries and fatalities among tower workers. The document is a collection of the best practices gathered from those workshops and from discussions that continued beyond among other points, emphasizes that all tower workers need to have and use proper safety equipment at all times, and that no work should be done if proper safety equipment is unavailable or if the safety equipment available is not functioning properly. The guide also notes that drones are being used today for tower inspections. This technology has the potential to reduce unnecessary climbing and to avoid putting tower workers at risk. As CC Chairman Ajit Pai said that communications tower workers today face potential hazards that can prove fatal if not performed safely. Every tower worker's death is preventable.
That was Amateur News Weekly's Phil Thomas, W8RMJ. For more news from the Cincinnati area, AmateurNewsWeekly.com. Want to ride along on a ship that's making its way through Canada's Northwest Passage? Enlist stay on air for the ship's onboard whisper beacon. And give a listen, meanwhile, to this report from Amateur Radio Newsline's Jim Chef.
What a journey it has been for Canada's C3 vessel, which departed from Toronto, Ontario on June 1 for 150 days of travel to Victoria, British Columbia via the Northwest Passage. The ship bears the special mission of marking Canada's sesquicentennial, but it's also carrying an important passenger of sorts, CG3EXP, an amateur radio WSPR beacon that is part of an onboard science experiment. Radio Amateurs of Canada reports that the mission's organisers have worked with
Amateur Radio Newsline will continue shortly. This is KH6XT.
Radio Amateurs of Canada reports that the mission's organisers have worked with Barry Crampton VE3BSB to make the beacon operational to enable others to track sailing voyage along the world's largest coastline. The live tracking link, which generates a dot for each Maidenhead grid square of the journey, is being hosted by Jeff Mills, VE3EFF. One of the experiment's goals is to produce a map at the end of the journey showing the course the vessel took, displaying the number of listeners who logged the beacon and where they were located. To see the live tracking link, visit qrplabs.com/C3. C3 has an identity, so there's plenty of opportunity for tracking. Its agenda includes 13 national sanctuaries. Don't expect the beacon to have any cruise itinerary are in marginal areas for radio, subject to auroral disturbances and Arctic flutter. For CG3EXP, it looks like the scenic trip is going to be a working holiday. For Amateur Radio Newsline, I'm Jim Meachin, ZL2BHF.
In the world of DX, the Frontenac Amateur Radio Club is celebrating the 50th anniversary of the founding of the Canadian Amateur Radio Federation. The Federation was Canada's first successful national amateur radio society. In 1993, it joined with the Canadian Radio Relay League and formed Radio Amateurs of Canada. Listen for them operating as XM3CARF through the 3rd of July. Now through the 23rd of June, you can work J48GEO from the Geopark on Lesbos Island, where the members of the Radio Amateur Union of North Asian SZ8LSB are set up. They are on 160 through 10 meters using CW, SSB, and digital modes. QSL via SZ8LSB Direct or Logbook of the World. Brian WB6RQN is on his aeronautical mobile flight around the world operating IHF as he goes. See ProjectAmeliaEarhart.org for details, including real-time tracking. Finally, we mark a bittersweet anniversary this week. On June 11, 2015.
Amateur Radio Newsline will continue shortly. This is KH6FT.
A big part of Bill's legacy is our Young Ham of the Year Award, which he created in 1986, and which now bears his name. We'd like to think Bill would be especially proud to learn that our 2016 award recipient, Skylar Fennell, KD0WHB of Denver, Colorado, has accomplishment and already stellar amateur radio resume. The ARRL Foundation has just awarded Skylar a $2,500 Victor Poor W5SMM Memorial Scholarship. Congratulations, Skylar. You've made all of us proud, and you have honored the spirit of ham radio that was always so precious to Bill. With thanks to Alan Ladd, Amateur News Weekly, the ARRL, Cedar Creek Amateur Radio Club, CQ Magazine, the FCC, Half Holly and the Rain Report, the IARU, Irish Radio Transmitter Society, Monitor.net, Ohio Penn DX Bulletin, QRZ, the Radio Society of Sri Lanka, Southgate Amateur Radio News, Ted Rando's QSO Radio Show, WTWW Shortwave, the Xenia Gazette, and you, our listeners. That's all from Amateur Radio Newsline. Please send emails to our address at newsline@newsline.org. More information is available at Amateur Radio Newsline's only official website located at www.arnewsline.org. For now, with Karen E. Murray, KD2GUT at the news desk in New York, and our news team worldwide, I'm Stephen Kimber at NAWB in Wandsworth, Ohio, saying 73. And as always, we thank you for listening. Amateur Radio Newsline is copyright 2017. All rights reserved.
This concludes Amateur Radio Newsline. The Hawaii Mainland All-Star Net will start at 1600 Hawaii Standard Time. We hope to see you there. This is KH6XP Clear.
Hi, KHCVO. Welcome to KHCVO. Monitor. KTVO, K2FFT. I know the net's going to start real soon, but just wanted to say good to hear you on there, Phil. Hey, how you doing, Al? Raj, I hear the net there. Hopefully, I'll be in a good spot there when the net starts. Just leaving the station here, so. Yeah, if anything, I'll catch you on tonight. I'll be on later on. Yeah, had a beautiful day today. So, okay, we'll talk to you later on. K2FFT, KD8GVO. Hey, aloha. Alright, Phil, I'll tell you what, any spot you're in is better than where you were, so that's great to hear. Okay, we'll talk to you later. KD8GVO, K2FFT, standing by for the day. W86FGY, M86HI.
W86FGY. Yeah, you got that text about this thing just dropping me. I guess I had to reconnect it. Go ahead.
Okay, you're solid copy now. Good deal. We'll take a number and wait. Thanks for the text. NH6HI, clear.
Mahalo, Jim. W6FGY clear.
Okay, the station calling, you weren't making the repeater well. A lot of static. Not copyable. You're coming in with a solid signal, but it's just got a lot of noise with it. Okay, I got the roger that, but it's just too much Rice Krispies going there in the background. So, all right, that's about to start here pretty quick. So I am going to go QRT.
The time is 4:00 p.m.
Aloha, this is WH6FGY activating the Hawaii Mainland All-Star Net. The handle here is Marika. I will be your net control all the way from Napili, Maui. The purpose of this net is to teach the protocols and procedures of a net. As always, constructive feedback is encouraged. All licensed amateurs are invited to participate. We would like to thank all Nodesofts in this group for the use of the network. This is a formal net with all net activities directed through net control. We encourage the use of ITU phonetics. The use of the word break should only be used to interrupt regular net operations in the event of an emergency. This net covers the All-Star Network located on all the Hawaiian Islands and many states in the continental U.S. and beyond. We have RF links comprised of VHF and UHF repeaters and simplex nodes. Most have 3-minute timers, but a few still only have 2-minute timers. There is also some occasional internet delay in the system. Therefore, we encourage users to do a minimum 2-second reset every minute or so between your transmissions. This will ensure all transmissions are heard by everyone. Preliminary announcements. NH6HI Jim from Kauai has volunteered to be net control. At this time, we'll proceed with check-in. Again, when checking in, please give your call sign using ITU phonetics, followed by your name and location. And please, slowly, this is my first time being net control. I will be verifying check-ins, so please leave space for net control to respond after each check-in. So you check in, and I'll respond, and then we'll go for the next check-in. I'm going to start with anyone who's on the net for the first time. So if it's your first time to check in, we open it now for you to come on in and call net control. This is W8FGY. Okay, nothing heard. So we're going to take check-ins from out of the country first. If there's anyone from outside of the United States that would like to check in, this is W6FGY, net control. Please check in now from outside the country. Okay, nothing heard there. So next we're going to go to the mainland. If there's anyone on the mainland, East Coast, West Coast, I'd like you to check in now, W6FGY, net control, looking for check-ins from the mainland. All right, moving right along here. Moving on to Hawaii. Okay, so we're going to go by island, just to kind of streamline this a little bit. Get check-ins from Maui County, Maui, Molokai, Lanai. Please call net control now. Okay, this is my island now, Maui. Looking for somebody from Maui, one last chance. Final call from Maui County. Please check in now. Okay, nothing heard. We're moving on to the island of Oahu. Anyone from Oahu who would like to check in with net control? This is W86FGY. Please check in now from Oahu. Okay, final call. Anybody from the island of Oahu wanting to check in? Call now. I heard some static there. Was someone trying to check in? Could you try that again, please? Go ahead.
Yes, W6FL,
I heard Whiskey Hotel 6, Foxtrot Lima. I did not get your name. Could you tell me your name, please? Thank you, Mike. It's very hard, better location when we come back around, but appreciate you checking in with us. Can I get the next check-in, please, from Oahu? If there's anyone else from the island of Oahu, please check in. No, this is WH6FGY Net Control. Looking for check-ins from Oahu. Final call. Okay, nothing heard. We're going to move on to the Big Island of Hawaii. If there's anyone from the Big Island that would like to check in, please do so now. Okay, I'm hearing a lot of beeps, but I heard no actual transmissions. Could you please check in if you're coming from the Big Island? This is WH6FGY, Net Control, looking for check-ins from the Big Island.
Hotel 6 Tango.
Kilo 2, Foxtrot Tango, Al, about 12 miles south of Hilo. This is Kilo Delta 8, Georgia, Victor Ocean. Also Kilo Delta 8, Lima Yankee Bravo, Kilo Hawaii. The name is Phil and Linda.
Okay. KH6, and then someone doubled over onto you. Can someone come back to KH6 and complete your call sign for me and your name, please?
I'm not sure if that's KH6 or right. Double seven. Are you looking for the K2 call sign? That was K2 FFT.
I got the FFT. I didn't get the beginning, but I did get Al. I am missing the beginning of Al's call sign, but there was a KH6, and then I'm missing the end of that one.
Okay, well, I am Kilo 2, Foxtrot Tango. Sorry about that.
No problem. Thank you.
This is your net control. I'll fill in the blanks for you. KH6 Tango Alpha is the one you missed, and that is Tommy. Over.
Yes, that's what I was missing. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Jim. Okay, so we got KH6TA Tango Alpha, Tommy. Thank you for checking in, and we got K2FFT Al. Mahalo for checking in. You gotta correct me on this one. I've got KDHGVO. Can you come back and correct me on that one, please, and your name?
Okay, it's Delta number 8, George Victor Ocean. The name here is Phil, Papa Hotel India Lima. Okay? JK, that's YL. And your call sign is Kilo Delta 8, Lima Yankee Bravo. And her name is Linda, Lima, India, NASA Delta.
Okay, mahalo Phil. I got KD8GVO, Phil. And you're also checking Linda in, who is KD8 LYB. Mahalo for checking in. Is there anyone else from the island of Oahu? This is WH6FGY looking for check-in. Oh, I'm sorry, from the Big Island. Hello.
November Hotel 6 Whiskey Tango. Name here is Ed Echo Delta. Anong bigay lang dyan? Action na control.
Okay. Mahalo, Ed. Thank you so much for checking in. NH6WT, appreciate your check-in. Is there anyone else checking in from the Big Island? Call now. Okay, nothing heard. Moving to our last island here, the island of Kauai. Anyone would like to check in from the island of Kauai? Again, this is WH6FGY, running the Hawaii Mainland All-Star Net. Looking for check-ins from the island of Kauai. Please call now. Nothing heard, but one last call for the island of Kauai. Please don't hesitate. If you are listening, we'd love to have you call in right now from the island of Kauai. Please, go ahead. This is last call for Kauai. Okay, nothing heard. Is there anyone from anywhere who would like to check in that perhaps missed when I called your island or the mainland or anywhere out of the country? Now's the time. Does anyone from anywhere who would like to check in, please come now. This is WH6FGY Net Control for the Hawaii Mainland All-Star Net. Calling all check-ins right now.
Charlie 0, Yankee Victor Mike in Colorado.
Okay, I missed the first three characters here. I got Yankee Victor Mike from Colorado. Can you tell us your name and come again with your call sign, please?
Yes, this is Alpha Charlie 0, Yankee Victor Mike. I'm in Colorado, and thanks for taking my check-in.
Mahalo, ACOYVM. Tell me your name, please.
Name is Mike, M-I-K-E, Mike India Kilo Echo.
Okay, appreciate it. Any other check-ins from anywhere who would like to check in, please come now.
KM4 KUH, Clearwater, Florida. Surge.
Mahalo, Serge, KM4KUH. Appreciate you checking in. Their next check-in, please, from anywhere. Come now.
November
Utah. I'll be in and out.
Allen, State of Washington.
Okay, net recognizes NR7Y, Lawrence, Utah, in and out. Appreciate you checking in with us. And then the following check-in, I did not get that. I'm not sure if you said Washington. Can you please come again with your call sign and name?
Yeah, the call sign is Whiskey Bravo 7, Delta Bravo Juliet. Name is Gene, George, Echo November Echo, QTH, Woodby Island, Washington. We'll be in and out.
Okay, I got that WB7DBJ, Gene, Woodby Island, Washington. Appreciate you checking in, and you're coming in very clear. Thank you. Have you down as in and out. Next check-in, please, from India. I heard a beep, but no transmission. If someone trying to check in, this is WH6FGY with the Hawaii Mainland All-Star Net, looking for check-ins from anywhere. Please, if you'd like to check in, call Net Control now. Okay, this is the final call. Is there anyone from anywhere who would like to check in? Please come now. Okay, let's see. Is this the time where I say per my count we have 12 check-ins? I think we're going to go back up to the top here and see if anyone has something that they'd like to share with us tonight. Jim, NH6HI, is there anything that you wanted to say tonight?
Absolutely. WH6FGY, this is NH6HI, on the islands of Kauai. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for taking the net today, Marika. Really appreciate that. Doing a great job. Thank you to Wayne for running the news line, KH6XP. Really appreciate him setting that all up for us. So. Let's see, what have we been doing? Playing radio, of course. Got my 2-element 5-band quad down at the plant, all set up, tuned up, and run up to the top. Got all the wires strung for running the coax and the loader cable down, and made a few contacts with it. It's working wonderful. So we'll have that thing ready to rock and roll for field day. And talking about that, let me unkey. Don't forget that field day is, I believe, the 25th of June. If you don't have a field day happening around you, make one. Always a good time for fun, food, and fellowship. So, and working the radio too. And forget those people that don't have the licenses to work the bands that they would like to get their whistle wet. Let's see, waiting on Sherman to get the repeater up. We got it all reconfigured and put over here, over to Molokai. So there will be a new repeater on Molokai coming up here soon. And that's about all I have. By the way, 12 check-ins, including you and me, is correct, Marika. Back to net control. This is N86HI.
Mahalo, Jim. This is W86FGY, net control. Always working on something. You got all kinds of exciting projects going on. Let's see. Next one I have here is W86FFL. Mike, do you have something for the group tonight?
Encouraging all the ones that are safe to get on the radio with kind of produce sound for years. Was encouraged by yeah, they follow to a lot of people, and also with the we want to get to encourage anything to get a habit, well prepared, get ready for whatever comes up.
Hey, Mike, I could hear you talking, but there was so much noise and static going on. It was really hard to make out what you were saying, but it sounded like it was a really good message. I heard a couple words kind of stick out here and there, preparedness and mahalo to somebody, but could you do that one more time? Is there an area you could get into that would make it a little more clear for us to hear you? It was very difficult to make out anything that you were saying. Go ahead, Mike.
I apologize.
This is W86FFL. I just want to encourage my group on the surf that I'm involved with and want to
trying again. Yeah, not too much luck there. I caught in the beginning you did want to encourage your CERT group. So maybe we'll come back to you a little later again and see if you're still around and if it's a little bit more clear that we can hear you. Appreciate you being on the net though tonight, and that's very exciting to hear that you're with the CERT program. I just graduated from a CERT class this past month, so I really appreciated all the instruction and training that they give. It's such a great program, and thanks again, Mike. We'll try to come back a little later and see if you can come in a little clearer for us. Our next check-in was Tommy, KH6TA. What do you have for us tonight?
Okay, well, hope I'm in there. Very good. Thank you for taking the net. This is my first time. I just missed that spot though. Had to find where the handheld was, and I'm on I'm about 1,300 feet above South Point on the Big Island. So it just got up on All Star. Here we just got actually, I think Jim and Dave and Pascal for all their assistance in getting me up and running. So I don't have anything else for the net. Just nice to be able to check in. I just got it by accident, really. So you're doing a great job, and
Marika, Net Control today for the Hawaii Mainland All-Star-Net. Thank you so much, Tommy. Oh, it's so exciting. This is your first time. Yeah, mine too, at least being Net Control. But I really appreciate you checking in with us, and that's always very exciting to have new people come on the net. And next we're going to move on to Al, K2FFP. Do you have something to share with us tonight?
Hey, Marika. Good to hear you there. Hello, everybody. K2FFT down here in beautiful Paradise Park in the Blue Sharp country of Puna. And good job there, Marika. Really great to hear you doing the next. Always good to hear somebody new, and you're doing a fantastic job, man. That's really great, man. Awesome. Oh, let's see. Beautiful day down here. It's been mid-80s this afternoon, dew point near 70, which is really great for my orchids. They are loving it. And when my orchids are happy, I am happy. What else? Radio-wise, I've been having fun with FLDG. I plan to get in a stage integrated with the digital of this NAM SDR that I have, so that basically has the SDR brick, one Ethernet going to the computer, to the laptop, and no other connections to the computer, just the Ethernet cable. That's it. And I can either do a microphone to the computer, I can do a microphone straight to the radio, whichever one I want. But the nice thing is with it integrates just seamlessly with FLDG, which is really, really fun. So just starting to get into really get do that. Did my first QSO on Olivia 8250 last night, which was really good fun with a fellow in Idaho, only using about 20 watts on 40 meters. So that was absolutely a hoot, really good. And he was very patient with me in spite of my bumbling around because I'm not quite used to all the protocols on there yet. But hey, some new thing to explore. And what else? Oh, I populated a driver board for a Tesla. And I bought the board, and that thing is mean. Not very big by the Tesla standards, but it puts out these really vicious, 7-8 inch square holes and things, all kinds of spicy stuff. I don't even dare fire that up at my shop, though. I'm afraid I don't want that anywhere near my computers, drone equipment, or any of that stuff. Anyway. And let's see, one other thing. Oh, Jim, if nobody else steps up to the plate, beat your door down for it, you can put me down for NTS next week, next Sunday there. So good job there, Marika, and I'll turn it back to you and say 73 to everybody, and I wave you out there to KM4KUH over there in Clearwater. K2FFT, back over to net.
Wow, that's a lot. That sounds super cool. Thanks so much, Al, for sharing all the things you're involved in and the things that we have to look forward to as we get more involved in ham radio and the different areas we can explore and projects galore from what I'm hearing. Hey, something just came to mind when Jim mentioned Field Day. It is on the 24th. Just kicked me off there. Sorry about that. Field Day. I believe Field Day is on the 24th of this month. Maybe going to the 25th. So just didn't want anyone to miss that. Please correct me though if I'm wrong, but I believe it starts on Saturday, which is the 24th. The next check-in we have is Phil, KD8GVO. Do you have something to share with us tonight? This is W6FTY. Over to Phil. Kilo Delta H, GVO. Get it on me. Phil, are you out there? Looking for your comments. Phil, go ahead. Okay, didn't hear anything from Phil. Okay, I remember the G is golf now. And he also checked in Linda, so not sure if Linda's around, but I'm going to give her a chance to jump in here. KD8 LYB. Linda, do you have some comments for the net tonight? Okay, nothing heard. We'll go ahead and go to the next check-in. Ed, NH6WT. What do you have for us tonight, Ed?
This is NH6WT. You do a great job, Marika. For your first time, very good. Thank you for also for the ARL newsline. And I really enjoyed watching movies here at home entertainment center. Been watching The Shooter, American Sniper. That movie, American Sniper, is a good movie. It's a true story. What happened down there in Iraq. But yeah, the American Sniper, she never even missed one shot. Yeah, they got it too good. It's one of the Navy SEALs. But you gonna put that his own friend killed him. Let me see. The Shooter is also good too. You're gonna show that tonight also again. Let me see. Playing music with my landlord, which I'm renting over here. She played his 6-string ukulele, and I bounced out my electric guitar, and I bounced out my my acoustic Fender guitar. Man, music to the ears there. But whatever what we learned in music, we get out to the public there. A wonderful choice of playing music there. But other than that, the weather down here on the Big Island is splendid and nice. They to go out on a motorbike around the island there. I don't want to own a motorcycle. If you want to own a motorcycle, I would get a tricycle. The devil's in the back there. But anyway, nothing else further to say. Back to next control. This is NH6WT.
Mahalo, Ed. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Appreciate that the music's being kind. My husband is one of those. He plays the Tahitian ukulele. He's from Tahiti, and he can play guitar too. But he's one of those that he plays by ear. He just listens and he watches somebody play. He can follow them, and just he hears a song one time, he can start picking it. I tell you, that kind of talent is something I really admire. So the end mission, I just wanted to share that it got a little bit, I don't know, like rumbly. I don't know what you call that, but we're getting a little bit of noise in there. But could still hear you. Thank you, Ed. Next check-in, we had this Mike from Colorado, ACOYVM. You have something you'd like to share with the net tonight. This is W86FTY. Go ahead, Mike. Okay, nothing heard. We can try to come back again and see if Mike is around in a little bit. Next check-in is Serge from Florida, KM4KUH. Do you have something you'd like to share with the net tonight?
Yeah, Roger, Marika. Good job you're doing, and enjoying the net tonight. Yeah, we finally got into the summer over here, and it's hot. And it's also the kind of hurricane season, so we gotta watch out from the kind of from coming from Africa and stuff like that. So we usually get our hurricanes. But what's it called? Other than that, everything is good over here, and kind of enjoying the weather. They're kind of a little bit wet, but they're kind of like I said, over here the summers are wet, so kind of so that's what we get. Back to you, Marika.
Sharing from Kona. Wonderful. Thank you for being a part of this net tonight. So next we had Lawrence from Utah, who's in and out, and then Jean from Washington, who's also in and out. That kind of brings us at the end of the list. So we're going to try to give one chance again to the two mics. One mic, let's see, was WH6FFL. Mike, are you around? And let's see if we can hear you this time. Go ahead.
Roger, this is WH6FFL. Copy.
I'm hearing noise, but I copy you. Yes, go ahead.
Away from these structures are probably the biggest thing in my understanding. But yeah, I just follow to WH6 LL. But with the search group, just want to encourage all of them to get on this generator and start practicing, because it's going to need everybody's help, and if any to get us. Of course, the supplies all stocked up. Everything according to what the church needs for kids. Are you ready for really help to go?
Okay, I was a little bit unclear. Was that the end of your transmission, Mike? Go ahead.
Yes, I think I'm going to have to just, I'm in an era where I'm getting good reception, kind of bouncing off, but we'll continue next time on this WH6 at this yes.
Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you for sticking around and for coming back. And I think I got most of your message there. Yeah, this is the perfect place to practice. This is why I accepted to do this, because I need to practice. And it is the season, right, for those hurricanes, and time to stock up and get our supplies ready. And I'm seeing more and more in our newspapers, that are expected this year, and really going to be something. So, and just the way that it's going to affect the island, where at least where I live on the west side of Maui, we got that one road going over to Pali that really connects us to central Maui, where all the supplies come into the harbor, and it's she was just a very small hurricane. We're going to have a big problem with the road from between here and the other side. So we have been warned that we need to be prepared, that we will not, perhaps have access to the other side of the island for some time. And they said if that road gets taken out, it could take uh, uh, several months up to a year, and that's really a wake-up call. So, so I appreciate you bringing up that message of preparedness. Okay, on to the next Mike from Colorado. Alpha Charlie Oscar Yankee Victor Mike. Go ahead. Okay, nothing heard. Was there anybody else that that did want to check in, or go ahead and check in now? WA6FGY, net control. Looking for a check-in. You waiting around that wanted to check in or didn't get to come on when we called you. Come on now.
This is KD8 GVO.
Okay, Cheryl, KD8 GVO, can you share with something with us tonight? Go ahead.
Roger. Yeah, the name Phil. Yellow Sound. Yeah, sorry, I was in a bad area when I checked in the first time. You know, and so I'm home now on my portable. So it's hopefully you're picking me up much better there. But hey, you're also doing a great job out there. Congratulations, doing a good job on the net there. And I don't know who did the Newsline also did a great job out there. I don't know. Some of you just know that I just also got out of the hospital at an appendix operation. So I'm sort of so-called recovering out here. A little pain here and there, but then I think I'm going to live there. So with that, say aloha to everybody. You know, have a nice, enjoy Sunday and be safe out there. Hey, back to Net Control. Hey, great job. KD8 GVO.
Hello, Phil. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming back. Yes, and we could hear you loud and clear. Thank you so much for the judgment from all of you. I really appreciate it. And Wayne was the one, I believe, that was doing the Newsline. So thank you again to Wayne for that. And we wish you, Phil, a speedy recovery. So try to take it easy there, but thank you. We appreciate you joining us on the net tonight. And did Linda wanna check in? KD8 LYB. Is there anything she wanted to share with the net? Go ahead.
Yeah, KD8 GVO here. Her bronchitis is acting up. She don't want to, be on the air too much. And hold her breath, and same here. But I'm a little better than she is. She's, like I said, coughing and all that. So maybe next Sunday she'll come on the net, and when she feels better. But not as up to date there. Back to you, KD8 GVO.
Appreciate that. Appreciate you coming back. This is W6FGY. So I don't know if I'm allowed to do this, but if I can share a quick little remedy for any kind of lung bronchitis, pneumonia, whatever you got going on. What we do at home is we take a half an onion, we steam it till it's translucent, and then you take the juice from that onion, hot, but wait till it gets warm, and then you put that on the chest and just cover that up really good. And you put that on for a couple nights in a row, and you're going to see some dramatic improvement. It really helps to kill off any infection in the lungs. I'm a master herbalist in training, so but we have tried this on all our family members, and they swear by it. So I can just share that piece of information. Take it for what you will. But we also wish Linda a speedy recovery, and thank you again for checking in for her. So I believe that confirmed that we have 12 check-ins for tonight. Is that right, Jim?
You may want to check and see if there's anyone else who wishes to check in. And your net control, so back to you, Marika, NH6HI.
This is WH6FGY for the Hawaii Mainland All-Star Net. Yes, thank you, Jim. I really appreciate that. If there's anybody out there standing by, hesitating, whatever it is, now's the time. We're at the end of our check-ins. If there's anyone else who would like to check in from anywhere, please come now and call Net Control. Go ahead.
WH6IT, Sherman on multi.
WH6IT Sherman from Molokai. Mahalo. Thank you. Appreciate you checking in tonight. If anybody else maybe line there, we can have them give us their call time before we come for comment. Anyone else checking in?
Mosquito 6, Charlie, Papa Delta. Name here is Raymond on the Big Island.
Okay, heard you loud and clear, Raymond. With you, Hotel 6. Charlie, Papa Delta, thank you for checking in. Is there anyone else waiting to check in? This is WH6FGY Net Control. Please check in now. Okay, nothing heard. We're going to go to Sherman, WH6IT. Do you have any comments you'd like to share with the net tonight? Go ahead.
Good afternoon, I'm Marika. And great job on the net control this evening. Great job. Kind of overcast. Don't rain though, but I'm hoping it's going to rain here soon. They cool us off a little bit on Molokai this afternoon. Dr. Peter over here, Jim, like the way you guys packed it with those plastic bottles there. Great idea. Worked out well, boxed with bouquet and everything like that. Also, it was nice to do Molokai this afternoon. And that's about it. I've worked on getting this repair up and running. Just going to gather up some of the stuff I need and put it together and get it up and running. Oh, I have one question for Pro. Earlier this week, I was trying to check to a node over there in the PC, but I'm not sure if it was on the air or not. So, just, this was maybe, let's see, maybe Wednesday. I was trying to check it to the node, but it didn't come up, so I wasn't sure if it was off the air or what it was. But your node over there usually works great over here at Molokai. He comes here every next week. So with that, we'll take net control and again, great job on net control this evening. And again, thank you everybody for coming up. And it is okay really well. And I'm glad I was able to get up. So we got back to net control. Everybody have a nice evening and a nice weekend. Back to net control. This is WH6IT.
Mahalo, Sherman. Thank you so much for sharing. Yes, so sometime this past week I had a power outage. I think it was actually Sunday or something. And that's it. Everything went out. And haven't been able to get that thing up and working again. There was, with that power outage came some problems in the Raspberry Pi, what you call that thing, the micro SD card, I think. So we got to get a new one in and maybe rebuild the node from there. So I apologize, it has not been available. We're going to be working on that. So yeah, I was looking for my backup, thinking, oh, what am I going to do now? The thing wasn't working. And then I thought, Jim said, you can reach Mokai. And I was like, yeah, when the repeater's up. So I'm really excited for that to be up because that's going to be my backup from where I'm at over here. So, but yeah, just to let you know, that's what the problem was. So just that power outage kind of got me down here. But should be up and running in a little bit, few days or so. But okay, next check-in we have is Raymond, WH6CPD. Do you have something to share with the net tonight?
Oh, yeah, well, good evening to everyone. Not too bad of a day today here in Kona, just above the airport, about 1,500 feet above the airport. So not too bad. It's been raining off and on here since about 10 o'clock this morning, so it's been a pretty decent, nice, cool day today. But, yeah. Yep, it is hurricane season, so everybody get their stuff now. Don't wait till the last minute, which everybody else does. So, and whatnot. And good to have another voice at net control. You did a great job there. Other than that, is that those who have the capabilities, there's also another net in the evening on the HF side. It'll probably start on 7088. It comes on about 8 o'clock in the evening. And it's for, we also do check-ins from everywhere else, so if you have the capabilities. Yeah, by all means, everybody's invited. With that, back to net control. This is WH6CPD.
Thank you, Raymond. I appreciate the support, and everyone's been so kind. So it probably won't be my last time. I think I'll probably get better with some practice down the road. But gonna try one more time, see if there's anybody from anywhere who would like to check in that may be standing by. This is WH6FGY net control for the Hawaii Mainland All-Star Net. Looking for check-ins from anywhere. We're kind of down to the wire here. Please check in now.
Kilo Hotel 7, Mike Sierra, 8 on Big Island.
Net recognizes KA7MS, Blake. Thank you for checking in with us. Is there anyone else that's standing by that wanted to check in? Please go ahead. Okay, nothing heard. Blake, do you have something you'd like to share with the net tonight? Go ahead.
This is KH7MS. Well, it's nice to hear everybody up on the net here, and enjoyed the news line as usual. Anyway, you're doing a great job there as net control. Yeah, I think the power outage happened right as I was doing the Aries net. So we lost everybody on Maui. But anyway, look forward to the net tonight. Actually, we have a 2-meter net on the local repeater here in Ocean View, and then after that, the QSY over to 3 meters if the propagation is good, and then and if it goes long, then they usually go to 75. We need net because you gotta check the band conditions on the HF to see how it's working out, and a good group of people check in on there. Anyway, got nothing else. I'll go ahead and turn it back to net control, KH7MS.
Thank you, Blake. Yes, I remember. That's when that happened. I was able to check in, and the thing went out. I was having problems, kept throwing me off, and then that power outage, and then I was gone. So awesome. Appreciate you sharing about the net tonight. Okay, is there anybody else waiting to check in from anywhere? This is WH6FGY net control for the Hawaii Mainland All-Star Net. Now is the time. Anyone from anywhere, please check in now. Okay, nothing heard. Last call. Give a couple more seconds here for anyone waiting to check in. Anyone from anywhere, please call net control now. Okay, nothing heard. For my count now, we have 15 stations checked in. Alternate net control. NH6HI, do you concur?
I do. 15 check-ins. Thank you for doing the net. NH6HI, back to the net control.
Okay, this is WH6FGY. Are there any final this evening's net? Anyone have any announcements? Or do we have any stations with any comments, questions, or other traffic for the net? Okay, nothing heard. Please feel free to hang out after the net for the rag chew session. Not sure if I heard of that before, but this net is voluntary and everyone is invited to participate as net control or alternate net control. If you would like to act as net control, contact NH6HI or WH6AV and we will schedule you in. Email address is good in QRZ. This is a good chance for you to hone your skills in the event you happen to be first responder in an emergency situation. Join us every Sunday at 15:30 Hawaii Standard Time. That's Monday at 01:30 UTC, starting with Amateur Radio Newsline and followed by the net at 1600 HST or 200 UTC. Want to give a big mahalo to everybody again and appreciate your kind words and support and the information you shared tonight. And a big aloha. The net is officially closed at 16:59 hours, Hawaii Standard Time. This is Whiskey Hotel 6, Foxtrot Golf Yankee. Net control clear, returning the frequency to normal amateur use. Aloha.
Good afternoon. The time is 5 o'clock p.m.